I'm Jared Hines, City Administrator, and I'll be reading the minutes and reports for the City Council. City Council met on Monday, July 5th, here in the Council Chambers. A really short agenda. The Police Department announced the hire of two part time officers, Ann Benke and Zachary Van Vonderen. They started earlier last month, in the month of July. Parks and Rec also hired a new seasonal employee to carry out the rest of the seasonal duties in that department throughout the summer. And then finally, there was a resolution that was passed expiring the state of emergency in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Over a year ago, we implemented an emergency order, basically declaring a state of emergency in the city. That afforded myself and the mayor the authority and the ability to take certain actions as we deem necessary. But as cases were dropping around here and vaccination rates were going up and things were returning to quote unquote normal, we decided it was in the best interest to finally expire that state of emergency. And then during the administrator's report, I just discussed how we created an ad hoc committee to keep the project moving for our public safety building referendum item. And again, that item will be going to referendum in April of next year. The Community Development Committee met on Monday, July 19th at 6 p.m. here in the council chambers. There was some public comment with Ryan Hoffman of FTS Technology Group. Came before the committee asking if there was a means for the committee or the city to provide some economic development incentive for a potential move on his part. And he outlined a little bit of his needs and his vision for what he's looking to accomplish, and that will be added to the August agenda for the CDC meeting. Gave a financial update that there was no change in the budget. There was $8,500 in the budget with $1,250 spent, so there's $7,250 remaining. We talked more about the relocation / economic development packet. One of the members, Teal Van Lanen, provided a sort of a similar document that the school district provides. And there was some lengthy discussion on what we would have it look like and what information would be provided. We also talked about creating a shared drive on like a Google Drive to basically, as the committee could work on it together simultaneously. So that is still moving forward. We talked about potential blight reduction grants. It was something I was looking into was whether or not we could use our American Rescue Plan Act monies, the ARPA money, to use that on blight reduction programs, in addition to the CDBG grants that we are receiving. Long story short, we are not able to do that because we are going to be utilizing or planning to utilize a means called to reclaim the monies under lost revenue, which would have given us greater flexibility to use those monies. However, when we entered our calculations in, we did not actually really lose any revenue last year, and so we are not able to do that and are so still bound by the requirements of those monies. Typically would be restricted to certain capital projects such as water and sewer upgrades, certain public safety capital expenses, as well as essential personnel hazard pay. So those are some of the more common qualifying things that you'll see. We have not yet decided how we're going to use our monies, but nonetheless, the blight reduction route is not an avenue open to us at this time. And then we went to the administrator's report. We just talked about future agenda items. Again, the potential economic development incentive for FTS Technologies. That'll be on the next agenda. We'll continue to talk about the Welcome to Algoma packet. And then we talked a little bit as well about the CDBG grants, which since this meeting we found out we were awarded the second of two CDBG grants, and now we're up to 1.7 million. It's sort of what that process will entail as far as getting offers out to the property owners of the redevelopment area number 2. And then I also discussed how moving forward, one of my bigger picture projects is going to be how can we address our need for affordable working class housing. And the number I just threw out there was, how do we get homes in that 175, that 150 to $200,000 price? How do we improve our housing stock in that range? Primarily targeted at providing housing for our local employees, for our various employers here in town, instead of focusing on more expensive condos and lakefront properties, which obviously are a good thing and a benefit to the community. But we recognize a need that our employers are struggling here in town to find housing for their employees. And so that is something that we are going to be very much focused on in the coming months and moving forward. So the next meeting of the CDC will be in August. It will be August 16th at 6 p.m. here in City Hall. The Finance and Personnel Committee met on Tuesday, July 20th at 4:30 p.m. here at City Hall Council Chambers. After the usual order of business, we got into, on the agenda, there was new business listed as the Clifton Larson Allen. They're the city's auditors. This was an accidental placement here on this agenda, so if you saw the agenda and were confused as to why there was nothing there, that is going to be on the August Finance and Personnel agenda. It's our annual audit presentation where our auditors come in and present their report and their presentation on the annual audit they perform. There was a discussion on the League of Wisconsin Municipalities annual conference, which is back on again this year, being held in downtown Green Bay in mid to late October, and just invited any alder persons, elected officials, the mayor, who are interested in attending to let me know, and I will get them registered. That is a great opportunity for our elected officials to attend and learn about not only the latest trends in local government, but also just a good refresher on a lot of best practices. So it's a great resource. We talked about implementing a launch ramp fee at Olson Park. Discussion on imposing a fee for the launching of motorized boats at Olson Park, and implementing a fee there. After some discussion, there's an $8 fee at the marina, but there are some amenities there that are not available at Olson Park, and so ultimately it was decided to recommend to council, which was in fact subsequently approved at the August council meeting, a $5 launch fee to launch a motorized boat at Olson Park. There will also be basically like a donation box put up for those using non-motorized craft such as kayaks or canoes. We obviously would encourage people to consider donating to that to help fund our maintenance of those amenities at Olson Park, but ultimately there will be a $5 launch fee moving forward at Olson Park. Our Parks and Rec Director, Sarah, provided just a really brief update on some seasonal staffing going on there, and moving forward with a different individual finishing out the season there. So, and then we went into closed session for quite some time to talk about a proposed amendment to an existing contractual services agreement we have, and there was no action taken as a result of that in open session. The next Finance and Personnel meeting will be on Tuesday, August 17th at 4:30 p.m. here at City Hall.
Okay. My name is Sarah Robertson, and I'm the Director of Parks and Recreation Department. Here are the highlights of some of the things that we've been working on in July. The Parks and Rec Committee approved to accept a donation from Dennis Sell of the 1937 Amateur Baseball Tournament second place trophy. The trophy and other memorabilia will be displayed at the Youth Club. We have had a few rainout days for our T-ball program. All missed sessions will be made up so that we will have 6 sessions total. The summer park program at Perry Field will be going on until August 12th. This program, the last 2 weeks in August, will be Monday through Thursday from 12 to 3 o'clock p.m. Free lunch is served to children under the age of 18 and also to adults 65 and older. We are looking forward to Shanty Days that is coming up on August 13th through 15th. Just for your information, the Youth Club will be closed that Friday and Saturday night. The Friends of Crescent Beach and Algoma Area Chamber are planning on holding their popular Soar on the Shore event on August 21st, and we are looking forward to that. We will also be looking for a cemetery maintenance worker for next summer, and actually we need another worker to fill in the rest of this year. So if you're interested in helping out there, please contact me at the youth club. The Parks and Recreation Committee is recommending that persons occupying property in the downtown area be responsible to remove weeds around the property, including the trees. The city will no longer be maintaining this area. Property owners will be notified of this, and this item will be discussed further with other committees within the city. We are still accepting donation to install a shaded picnic area in front of the youth club. If you're interested in helping with this project, please call the Parks and Recreation Department. Our next meeting will take place on August 23rd at 6 o'clock at the youth club.
The Algoma Public Library Board of Trustees met on July 19th. The Library Friends are currently fundraising to replace the carpeting in our library workroom and our program room. We will also be painting the program room as well. We are hoping that the project will be complete by the end of August. We would like to thank our Library Friends for their continued support. The Algoma Book Corner will be open from 8 a.m. to about 1 p.m. on the Sunday of Shanty Days. Our summer reading program for children and teens ended on July 22nd. We had 43 children and 13 teens sign up for the reading challenge, and 22 prizes were given away. Our outdoor movie was held on July 23rd. We were very lucky with some great weather and had just over 200 people attend. Thank you to the Algoma Community Development Committee for sponsoring this for us again this year. We will be holding our annual school supply drive throughout the month of August. Donations will be handed out to local teachers from public and parochial schools during our annual teacher meet and greet held at the library on August 24th. Donations can be brought to the library during our open hours. We will once again be having a story walk on the boardwalk from August 9th to August 23rd. People can walk the boardwalk and read the story A Day at the Beach. Thanks to the Parks and Rec for allowing us to do this, and the Friends of Crescent Beach and the Library Friends for sponsoring this. The 2022 library budget was approved by the library board. Our next library board meeting will be held on August 16th at 4 p.m.
Hi, I'm Fire Chief Tom Ackerman, and this is the Fire Department report that was given at the Protection of Persons and Property Committee meeting on Monday, July 26th. The Fire Department responded to 4 calls since the last report, which puts us at 22 calls year to date. We have been working on the 2022 budget and have submitted it to the Algoma administration and are waiting for follow-up from them. We also met with reps from Bayland Builders to discuss plans for a tentative new public safety building. We're working closely with them on the design factors and more to follow on that. Just another note for public relations purposes, the Algoma Fire Department will be hosting the annual Porky and Pancake Breakfast on Sunday of Shanty Days, which is August 15th, and we will serve from 7 o'clock in the morning until noon, and that's at the fire station at 400 3rd Street in the city of Algoma. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Pete Hawk of Algoma Utilities, reporting of the Utility Commission meeting held July 21st at 5:30 p.m. at the utility office. Members present: Robert Valise, the Utility Commission President; Guy Hosh, Mary Kay Bennett, Wayne Schmidt, and Lee Dashlet. Others present: Sylvan Conkle, Pete Hawk, and Nancy Johnson. In that meeting, we in old business, electric vehicle charging stations were discussed and will be reviewed at future meetings. Johnson reviewed the Public Service Commission's application for a simplified rate case per the water budget parameters. The PSC's historical check financially qualified Algoma Utilities to file the SR simplified rate case and has pre-approved the application. The simplified rate case would increase the general water rates 3%. Simplified rate cases do not require a public hearing. The new rates will be effective with usage after the October month-end meter readings, which is the November usage. Customers will receive these bills in December. Hosh motion, second by Bennett, to proceed with the filing the SRC with the PSC. A roll call vote was held, and all voted yes. On behalf of its new members, WPPI Energy filed with the Public Service Commission of Wisconsin for a renewable energy rider decrease. All customers that have chosen to participate in this voluntary program will see a decrease of $1 per 300 kilowatt block of renewable energy for less than 20 blocks per month, and a new option to purchase 20 or more blocks per month at a reduced rate of $1 per 300 kilowatt hour blocks. Dashlet motion, second by Haas, to approve attendance for Chris Massart and Scott Weiss at the Wisconsin Rural Water Association, which will be held August 31st through September 3rd at La Crosse, Wisconsin. And after that, manager's report was discussed. The office manager's report was discussed, and the meeting was adjourned at 6:14 p.m. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Chief Randy Rummaker with the Algoma Police Department, here to give the report for July of 2021. We are currently participating in the drug drop-off here at the police department. If you have medication in form of pills, we'll take those for you and make sure they're properly disposed of. We ask that you bring them in clear bags so we can actually put them within our system. We will not accept pill bottles or pill boxes or any liquids, inhalers, or syringes. Additionally, you may see our speed trailer has moved. It's currently set up on Fremont Street, just down the road from the elementary. In other news, we have two new officers who are actually on the job training right now. That is Ann Banky and Zach Vandervonderen. So you may see them actually driving around with one of our FTOs. As far as our code enforcement, I want to remind everyone to make sure you're taking care of your trash and your garbage and taking time to cut your lawns. Make sure it's still within specifications of the city ordinance. Currently for the year, we're up to 126 warning letters have been sent out, 13 citations, and 6 properties have been addressed. As far as data for the rest of the department, we are currently up to 124 calls of service compared to last year with 173. For the entire year, we're at 680 compared to last year we had 748. And that concludes my report for this month.
Hello, I'm Matt Murphy, the Public Works Director for the City of Algoma. The Public Works Committee met on July 20th at City Hall at 8:30 in the morning, and the big topic that was discussed is the 2021 6th Street Road and Utility Project. All the underground infrastructure is in. Last week, Friday, the curb was put into place. The curb machine was here. That is all taken care of now. There's a couple curb patches that still need to be done that will be completed today and tomorrow. But Summers Concrete is out here. They started flat work this morning here, August 5th at about 7 o'clock. They started pouring the flat work. If everything stays on schedule, our intent is that the first 2 blocks will be the sidewalk will be poured, and the week next week, Monday and Tuesday, Northeast Asphalt grading crews will be out here to grade off the whole road, and Wednesday put down the binder mat of blacktop that we should have that whole intersection of 6th Street and Fremont Street and the whole road of 6th Street all the way to the highway blacktopped prior to Shanty Days weekend, the 13th, 14th, and 15th. With that being said, that was kind of a nice thing. Will definitely be done in time for school to get started back, and everything should work out for the arts and crafts stuff all the way down to the front of the school. We should have that all open back up for them for Shanty Days weekend. We are looking at putting a launch pass in down at Olson Park. Motorized boats will be charged $5 per boat. Kayaks and canoes will be asked for a donation for the launch. That will start to get built here and take place the start of the 2022 boating season. With that being said, if you are a 2022 boat, if you have a seasonal launch pass, that will work at the City of Algoma Marina or as well out at Olson Park. You will be able to launch under that seasonal boat launch pass. Those are the big topics discussed at our meeting, and are moving forward. August 17th at 8:30 a.m. will be our next Public Works meeting here at City Hall. That is all I have. Thank you very much.